Hey, welcome to your new job. So, I will be recording these tapes to help you get through the night. I know this seems like the usual boring security guard job, but it is not. Well, first, the basics. As you've probably already seen, you have a tablet with all the cameras from the warehouse and the vents. There are also other buttons which are play sound and close vents, but I will talk about them in a second. On your left there is a hallway and another little tablet which you can use to light the hallway and see if there's something there. There's also an electric shock button which I will also talk about in just a second. Now, as you probably already saw, there is an old animatronic stored there. This one is not supposed to be part of the tour, so that's why it's here. They don't really tell you why he's here, and when you ask, they say something along the lines of like, because he's too old, or because he doesn't represent John McAdams' work, which I think is a lie, but, well, what are you going to do? So, now there's a bit of a problem with these robots. I don't exactly know why it happens, but they tend to move at night. Again, when you ask for an explanation, they always tell you, oh, it's their system malfunctioning, don't worry about it. Again, I don't believe them. Mainly because of what happened in the old restaurant with the owner and all the stories behind it. So, anyway, I'm gonna tell you what you should do to protect yourself from all of them, but today I'm gonna talk about 3 of them. So, there's Maggie and Chanchi. They will try and get you from the hallway. You can lure them away with the sound system on the cameras. Just play a sound in the camera they're in and they will go away. Although, there is a small chance that instead of moving back, they move forward, so always keep an eye on them. Now, if you see them in the hallway, use the shock system to give them a control shock. That might make them go away. There is a chance that they will still be there, so keep an eye there too. Then, there's Guppy. Now, he will move towards you. If you use your flashlight, he'll go back to his place, but keep a close eye on him. He won't make any sound as he moves. He's really dangerous. Well, that's everything I have to say for today, and good luck with your first week. Bye.
Tape number 1. May 25th, 1975. Today marks the first day of the experiment. My name is John McAdams, and I've decided to document my progress with this experiment on tape. I'm doing this project on my own, without the help of any third-party company or the government, as they would consider the practices that I intend to use on this experiment horrific, inhumane, or immoral. I don't believe that's the case. I believe that in science, there's no such thing as an immoral action. That's why I decided to start this company and, by extension, open this restaurant, utilizing robot animatronics, so I can both fund and successfully conceal the experiment until it's completely finished. I am a man of science, and I believe that if a risk must be taken to further the pursuit of knowledge, then we must do it, even if that means sacrificing another. Some may consider me a murderer of sorts, but they simply cannot possibly fathom the magnitude of what could be achieved. So to be clear, I do not take some sick joy from conducting these acts, these experiments. I'm not a bad person. I will do anything to make this experiment work, and when it eventually does, those lives will count for more than they could have possibly achieved in life. My goal is the transfer of a human life into an artificial body, preserving memories, feelings, senses, to expand existence beyond the insignificant span of a human life. However, for a human life, a soul, if you will, to be transferred, the original body must be destroyed. One would consider animal testing to prove my theory, however. The human mind is infinitely more complex than that of the common rabbit, pig, or other test subject. A human test subject is absolutely required. However, without outside funding or public approval, the dream of immortality is merely that. A dream, lest I can provide a human test subject. I can't just use some lowlife, some man with nothing to lose, no. The adult brain is too developed. Any attempt to transfer would result in immediate brain death. No, the only plausible solution is to transfer a human child, no more than 3 or 4 years old. And that way, when transferred to his new body, he will adapt to it almost instantly. The brain, still developing motor skills and memories, should link seamlessly with the new hardware, and believe the automaton is its own body. I can't just use some urchin off the streets, though. No. And adopting an infant orphan is implausible as well. I can't have a paper trail leading back to me if the authorities find out. I don't think they'd understand. Though with great reluctance, I've decided the first subject for this experiment will be my son, who will be born in about a week from now. I'm going to transfer him to his new body when he turns 3 years old, the age when the human brain starts recording memories. If this works, then he will be the first of the next step in human evolution. The first to cast off the shackles of flesh that bind us to this earth. This is the beginning of a new future.
Hey, you survived your first night. That's cool, I guess. Anyway, I'm not going to take long. Just to let you know, these robots do tend to get more aggressive with time, so I'll be brief. We'll talk about Hank and Flower next. They will go to your office through the vent system. Just check the vents every now and then. If you see them, close the vent. That might make them return to the stage, or they might just go through another vent, so just try and keep an eye on all of them. If you see them on the vent in front of you, look at them for a second and they will go away. Then, then there's Lola. She will move to any of the cameras. If you look at her for too long, she will break the whole tablet system for quite a while. You won't be able to use the cameras, sound system, and anything. Once that happens, she will move towards you through the vents really fast. If you see her in front of you, look away from her, and she'll go away. Now, if you're fast enough to play the sound system in the camera she's in, she might go back to the stage. If you don't do that, she will be wandering through the whole place, waiting for you to see her. That's all for tonight. See ya. Good luck. Hey, you survived once more! Congratulations. I won't take long with this tape. First, Surdy. His movements are basically a combination of Chachi, Maggie, Flower, and Hank's movements, but you have to attract him with the audio system to other places in the building, mainly places away from you. And if he's in the vent, you'll have to close it and wait for him to go away, because you won't see him enter your office. You will see a warning sign when he's in one of the vents, so you'll be able to find him quickly. Yeah, well, that's everything I have to say for today, and that's all of them. So, good luck with your first week. Bye.
Tape number 8. Today marks June the 3rd, 1978. The experiment failed. My son, he's in his new body, but it's not him. It's just not him. As soon as the animatronic restrictors are deactivated, he loses control of himself. I suspect the hardware just isn't advanced enough to handle the infinite complexities of the human brain. His thinking, if I can call it that, is less human and more primitive. He is territorial, to say the least, attacking anyone within his domain. He has no control over it. It seems his general thought patterns are overwhelmingly affected by emotion, namely anger, frustration, despair, and hatred. However, this is not a total failure, merely a step, a trial, a prototype. No great success lives unmarred by a history of failure. The experiment will continue no matter what. And for you, my son, you will be remembered as the first subject in this brilliant endeavor. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. You will be remembered. You will be respected. Because you were the first step in achieving the impossible. For now, you will stay stored. I have 2 more animatronics prepared for phase 2 of testing, but as the data from the prototype has shown, it's unlikely that they'll be successful. For now, I'll store them away, until I can develop a new model with better technology, something that can surpass the limits God has placed upon us.